We first came in for an emergency MRI on November 15th, 2017, and they told us that her optic nerves were swollen. And so they were like, you need to go, get that checked out immediately. And so we found ourselves waiting in an ER room, very much like TV. You get pulled into this quiet room and you're told your daughter has a brain tumor. She got transitioned up to the ICU, and then 2 days later we had a tumor resection. After the tumor resection, we spent probably a couple weeks in ICU, and then we spent about 6 weeks in Seattle doing radiation, and then once we came back, we had a little bit of a break, and then about every 6 weeks we would have an overnight at the hospital for about a year. I was worried that the longer she was out of school, the harder it would be to reintroduce her into it. And it was really important for Allie to stay with her peers. She was worried about getting held back.
I've heard a lot of kids with cancer say, I used to be smart, but now I'm stupid. And I've heard kids say, I used to have a ton of friends, and now I don't know anybody. All of my parents that I have been working with for years started calling me with so many different school problems, from my kid needs different accommodations and I don't even know really what that means, to my kid has such severe school anxiety that I can't get them out of their car. And I found out all of my peers around the country were saying, just have your hospital school program deal with that. And I said, what is that? What is the standard of care around the country for kids with cancer and other serious chronic illnesses? How can we avert so many of these problems from happening that happen during their treatment and then after, as they're trying to reintegrate into their communities?
Everyone knows in a hospital we take care of children. We deal with sicknesses and we deal with illnesses and we try to make them better. And when you talk about health, especially in children, their social world, their social interactions are a huge part of their health. And if you bring them into the hospital and you pull them out of their normal flow of their life, getting them back in is a lot more work than you would imagine.
She would have almost a week at a time post-chemo where she just didn't want to get off the couch. And so that was really hard.
In medulloblastoma treatment, there's so many parts to it that make attending school incredibly difficult.
The hospital is definitely an alternative setting for school. And so this program not only can help maintain the connection with their home school and their peers and their teachers, but it makes them feel like they are still participating in something that is normal and a normal part of their life.
And those kids who were stuck in this third floor with nothing else to do, this environment is the only way that they get schooling.
When other people came here, I made a lot of new friends. Although it was hard to say goodbye when I had to leave.
We need to do something about school for kids with complex, serious illness to make it as easy for them as possible to participate their entire time through treatment and then to continue the support afterwards.